Hey everybody, it's Andy Petronic, and it's good to be here with another live recording. You know, I do these live because I am reinforcing to myself that I don't need redos, that even if I get something wrong, it's okay. I'll be okay. And the topic I wanted to talk about today is the topic of telling the truth. It's funny because there are not very many people that I talk to that would willingly, openly, or plainly say, "Oh yeah, I have a problem telling the truth. I don't tell the truth." For most of us, many of the people that I talk to, many of my clients, people that are in my coaching groups, would consider themselves people that hold themselves to a high level of integrity. I hold myself to a high level of integrity. I have a hard time saying to myself or looking for the places where I'm not telling the truth. And there are many layers to telling the truth. There's the extreme surface layer of telling the truth, and then there's the layer underneath that one, and then there's a layer underneath that one, and the layer underneath that one. The deeper you go, the lower layers you're willing to uncover in your willingness to tell the truth, the more that's available to you for healing, the more that's available to you for understanding, the more that's available to you for growth. I'll give you an example. I was in a program a few years ago that challenged me to look at my relationship, my family, and look around at my life. And you know, the question was, are you satisfied? Are you happy? Now, at layer one, yeah, my life is fantastic. I mean, I live in a beautiful house. I drive a great car. My wife drives a great car. We have an awesome kid, succeeding. He's doing really well in school. We make good enough money to feel like we're okay. We're not, nothing's going to happen anytime soon to our, they're not going to repossess our cars or our house. Things are great. But when I started to look a little bit deeper, and get really honest with myself, there was a level of dissatisfaction in my relationship with my wife that wasn't working for me, wasn't sitting well with me. We didn't connect at a real deep level. And in fact, not only were we not connecting, but we were missing. And then when we missed or when we hit, we would collide, and it would lead to a lot of pain and discomfort for both of us. And I was avoiding telling the truth, and I was avoiding dealing directly with it by watching a lot of TV. I would immediately, when dinner ended, I would get up, I would go into the family room and shut the door and start watching shows. And this is back when my son was, really, he had already been put to bed, or I would go leave and put him to bed if I needed to. So he was younger. And this went on for years. I mean, I watched a lot of shows. There would be nights where I'd be watching from 8:30 until midnight, or it was one of those binge watch sessions on various series. And when this program started asking me these questions, it's a coaching program, the first thought was, this is a silly question. My life's great. And then I started to dig, and I started to go under, and I started to really get real and get relevant and get honest about my relationship. And because I was willing to do that, because I was willing to see how bad things really were for me, Not for my wife, not for my family, but for me. And then how dissatisfied I was with my life and with the environment that I had created, or at least partially created by my willingness to accept it. Because I was willing to look at that, I was able to actually start dealing with it. And I was actually able to act over time. Took some time, took a big investment of time, of effort, of money, of, this is not just like read a book and fix your life. Things now, this is 3 years later, 4 years later, things have never been better. And I can say with all honesty that it was because of my willingness to look under, and get really real with myself. Had nothing to do with my wife. And it turned our relationship around. And I see that that's possible for anyone. It's just a matter of how bad do you want it. So if you're in a relationship, you're struggling, you want to talk, you've got, send me a DM. We can set up a time to chat. No obligation for anything else. I'm happy to chat with you and see if there's something I can do to help. It is possible, but get honest. It's the only way to clean it up for yourself. Do it. Do it today. I'll see you when I see you next time.